Hello, this is the RPG Crawler, and welcome to another Tabletop RPG News Roundup, this time for March 22nd, 2025, where each week I take a look back at the week in tabletop, computer, well, in this case, tabletop gaming news and bring you the highlights, especially with indie games. As usual, we will start with major RPG news. It looks like Project Sigil, Wizard of the Coast's virtual tabletop, has just laid off 90% of its development team. It is leaving a small group of about 3 people to do maintenance, but it looks like they're already winding down support for the virtual tabletop, which is already interesting, and that marks the second time that the Wizards of the Coast have put all their eggs in a virtual tabletop basket and then fallen a little short. We'll have to see how it proceeds forward, but this actually may be of benefit to D&D in the long run, although I can't imagine it's going to be good for their 2024 prospects. Then it looks like Paizo has a couple of new releases out. There's material for the Pathfinder role-playing game systems. Lost Omens Rival Academies will be a supplement focused on various magical academies. And then there's Adventure Path number 212, A Voice in the Blight, and various other material. Moving on to minor and PDF releases, it looks like Green Ronin Publishing has brought some of their old 3.x material up to modern date. It looks like they've got the Shaman's Handbook, the Noble's Handbook, the Assassin's Handbook, the Witch's Handbook, the Avatar's Handbook, and the Unholy Warrior's Handbook out. Echoes of the Fallen Tavern is a Pathfinder-compatible offering that offers a third-level adventure suited for both Pathfinder 1st and 2nd edition, dealing with a ruined tavern. Pony Finder, Humans of Everglow, is an expansion for the Pathfinder 2nd Edition Pony Finder setting. It offers new summons, skills, feats, class archetypes, and more, centered around humans and demi-humans, oddly enough. AAW Games has Mini Dungeons number 320, incompetently ordered, a dungeon for 5th Edition, suited for levels 17 to 18. Wrath of the Chimeras, The Emperor's Tower, is a 5th Edition epic adventure designed around an old mage's tower. Kelphicil's Tales has Monster Hunt Mirewater's Serpent, another single hunt with... suited for one monster for 5th edition. Ainarian's Coven has a set of 5th edition adventures, all with a nautical theme. There is Crew of the Sea Tigers, Hunting the Mutineer Bard, and the Phantom Captain. Prayer, Gods of Winter and Hunting will offer a new pair of deities for 5th edition based off Siberian mythology and one off of Inuit mythology. Then Seven Suns Tavern has a couple of bestiaries for 5th edition, being compilations of monsters. There is the Northern Folks Myths Bestiary and the Welsh Folklore Bestiary. Virgil's Prayer Book to the Horrifying Divine is a cosmic horror take on Western monotheism, basically reimagining the rites and so forth of Christianity and related material to a sort of cosmic horror bent. Tome of Endless Wonders is a collection of 5th edition material, including a couple new classes, some various subclasses, spells, feats, gear, magic items, and so forth. Dead in the Dark is a Shadow Dark adventure module dealing with a Forsaken Manor where the party becomes trapped within. It has survival horror themes. Then there's Below Down, a Shadow Dark RPG compatible adventure from Menagerie Press. Tower of the Outer God is another Shadow Dark RPG adventure, this one a tribute to material from Robert E. Howard's Conan series. The Crypt of Valerius is a Shadow Dark RPG offering that deals with an abandoned stronghold. Sordid Emerald Heat Manifesto is a Dungeon Crawl Classics and Mutant Crawl Classics compatible adventure that deals with a broken and abandoned island. Mill of the 12 Dead is an old school Centrals compatible OSR offering dealing with a mill in an old forest with it's an abandoned place shrouded with dark magic and hauntings. Agamemnon Press has a couple offerings for the Painted Wastelands setting. There is Strange Tales of the Painted Wastelands, a zine that provides a bizarre adventure companion to the original Hexcrawl. Then there's the Painted Wasteland Player's Guide that offers player-focused options compatible with old-school Centrals. The Devils of Blacksvale is an adventure suite for Dragonbane that deals with hunting down a renegade group of mercenaries. Alpengard Tales and Adventures is a tabletop RPG offering a dynamic system and framework to build various characters, seek lost ruins, and so forth. Then Nilvarden is another tabletop RPG dealing with an Earth punk fantasy-style setting. Shattered Reality is an anthology of adventures for the Call of Cthulhu system set in the modern day. Then there's Hidden Depths, a scenario for Call of Achtung Cthulhu 2D20, wherein the agents are looking forward to some R&R but get interrupted and sent to Syria. D6 Forge Heroes Rising is a superhero adventure series based on the D6 Forge system. Then Space Pulp is a sci-fi RPG based on the Barbarians of Lemuria rules light system. Things in Space is a sci-fi supplemental for the Battlestar system dealing with a ship that is crash landing on a planet below with most of the crew missing. Finally, there is Black Ops for Traveler 2nd Edition, which offers various new high-tech skills, gear, and so forth for the Black Ops stealth career path. And with that, we'll take a look into crowdfunding campaigns. Remember that contributing to a crowdfunding campaign should be done only at your own risk. Doing so is no guarantee of receiving a product. Mention here is not an endorsement, but for informational purposes only. And it looks like The Curse of Dregdramor will be a 5th edition adventure, meaning to end the curse of a forgotten god. One for Sorrow, The Malice Beneath will be a 5th edition campaign based around eldritch powers and paranoia with horror themes. Empire of the Storm Phoenix will be a 5th edition compatible adventure dealing with a skybound city that looks to be about to crash. Architects of the Deep will have The Sacrifice of the Kobolds, a one-shot dungeon crawl for 5th edition. Prison Break will be a 5th edition Gothic heist-style offering set in a Gothic Victorian metropolis. Outback Chronicles, The Golden Oasis, will be a kid-focused RPG adventure using a simplified version of 5th edition. Mrs. Glassox's Chicken Coop will be a 5th edition adventure with new monsters, magic items, lore, and so on, with a darkly humorous theme. Laid Back DM is looking to fund Somber Veil, a one-shot which will be compatible with Dragonbane 5th edition and OSR systems. Anwin's Bestiary will be a Fey Realm supplement and zine for 5th edition with various treasures, beasts, and new Fey creatures. Volume of Villains will look to collect a number of villains for 5th edition. Dragonbane from the Crooked Mountains will be a third-party adventure for the Dragonbane system. I think it's Wolf God from the Crooked Mountains, which looks to blend classic fantasy and Norse mythology. I have no idea why this edited Wolf God out. Who knows? Vagabond will be a pulp fantasy RPG. Apparently, one's already been released for considerable time now, but is looking to get a proper full version out. It is based on a D20 rollover resolution mechanic. Woodlander will be an animal fantasy RPG about wilderness exploration with anthropomorphic characters. Survive This, War for the Wasteland, will be another entry into the Survive This series of RPGs from Bloke Games. This one an apocalyptic sci-fi tabletop RPG in post-nuclear America. Finally, it looks like there will be a Frostpunk RPG based on the Frostpunk video game, this time from Catalyst Game Labs. And with that, I'm going to wrap it up here. This has been the RPG Crawler, my RPG News Roundup for March 22nd, 2025. Until next time, take care and goodbye.
And if you are still watching, I would like to take the opportunity to thank my supporters, the top tiers of which are listed on the screen, without whose support I would not have been able to offer the variety of content that I have on this channel throughout the years. If you're feeling particularly generous and would like to join them, you can support the channel. There are a variety of options to do so. I have a Patreon, a Subscribestar, as well as channel memberships enabled. If you are not in a position to contribute, simply leaving a like, a comment, or sharing my videos are all wonderful ways to help the channel grow without spending a dime, and are all greatly appreciated.